to face. I embrace debate. I don't make mistakes. I just make my case. Drop spike when I'm done. One more can I say? Not bite to my tongue. I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone. Either zoned out or zoning. And we can get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you want to skip and Shannon. Skip and hoppin'. Took these sports and made them pop. Say, all right. Undisputed.
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
We got a lot to talk about.
Say good night, LeBron. Now the NBA is nothing but nets.
No.
Can you believe it?
Net.
Net.
Yeah, no.
You're trying to do Russian? You're trying to speak Russian?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, all right. Oh, what a day. Hey guys, should we just get right to it?
Yeah.
It was a blockbuster trade yesterday. James Harden got his wish and is being traded to the Nets in a 4-team deal involving the Pacers and the Cavs. Karis LeVert ended up in Indianapolis, and Victor Oladipo is now in Houston as part of the deal that also included several first-round picks going to the Rockets as well. Harden's pairing with Durant and Kyrie has now made the Nets the Eastern Conference favorites, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook, but are still behind the Lakers as favorites to win it all. So, Shannon, should they be the favorites or will they be failures?
Hold on. Wait. Jenny, I need you to read that one more time.
Which part? Should
Brooklyn
they
Nets
be
became
the favorites or will they be failures?
Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, Jenny said Eastern Conference. Is there also a Western Conference?
There is.
Is there an overall favorite? So the Vegas odds makers, Fox Bets, Caesars Palace, William Hall, where are they ranked, Skip?
I don't care. Is that my turn? You want me to go?
It's not your turn. No, Skip, they should not be the favorite. I don't see this working. The Lakers are still the favorite. I get it. You have three who at any given moment can go off, combust, and explode for 20 points in a quarter, 25 points in a quarter. All these guys can go get your buckets. But, Skip, I just don't see how it works without Kyrie and James Harden stepping on each other's toes. The reason why KD worked so well in Golden State, Skip, all of those guys were perpetual motion. 3 of those guys are great catch-and-shoot guys.
Yep.
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and KD. KD doesn't need the ball. KD is extremely efficient. When we talk about, I don't really look at James Harden as being efficient. Now, he can, but he also can go and miss 15, 16 threes. I don't see it working, Skip. I just don't see it working. And what they did, what they gave up in order to get him, and I get why you had to do it, and I get why Houston had to do it, because you had Boogie Cousins coming out, Skip. Boogie was the only one that was man enough to say what the entire locker room was feeling. Boogie said the disrespect didn't start last night. It started earlier this year when he showed up late, how he looked once he did show up, and once we got on the court, his behavior. So that's when the disrespect started. Y'all talking about last night or maybe what he said or maybe some of his actions, but it started long before that. So you knew it was just a matter of time before they had to ship him, and they got a king's ransom for him. Skip, if I'm going to get 4 first-rounders and 4 pick swaps, you had no choice. But when I look at what they gave up Taurean Prince, who was a starter, tremendous wing defender. Jared Allen, one of the premier guys. You might say he probably the second or third best rim protector, on-ball defender for a big. He and Rudy Gobert and AD. So, Skip, what they gave up in order to get them, I wouldn't have done it. I would have done it. But you had no choice to do it because basically I think a lot more of that had to do with what's going on with Kyrie. Skip, is he coming back? Is he not? They don't believe, and I don't believe KD can take this Brooklyn team as it was currently constructed, minus KD, get to the win the East, and then win the whole shebang. So this was kind of an insurance plan. It's a very expensive insurance plan, basically 3 years at $133 million. But Skip, I don't see it working because 2 of the 3 guys need the ball for them to showcase what they do really well. Kyrie and James Harden needs the ball, and I just don't see it working.
I am having so much fun with this. I had such a good night with this because I got to check Twitter out and see all of the LeBron apologists and defenders and lovers. I call them the blind witnesses, trying to come up with why this won't work because they're all scared to death, starting with the leader of the group who is sitting across from me.
Okay, have we ever seen anything like this before?
No, we have not.
Exactly.
We have never seen anything like this before, which is why I believe that by outbidding the Philadelphia 76ers for James Harden, the unbelievable Brooklyn Nets, I never even thought I'd see a team in Brooklyn, but the Brooklyn Nets are going to win a championship this year or next year or maybe both. Maybe both.
No. This year, are they going to win the title this year?
Well, what about the next 2 years? The window is open for 2 years.
So
that's what I believe.
So why not wait until next year to get James Harden?
Well, you threw it together on the fly with maybe a fourth of the season gone. It seems like it's going to be.
Man, no fourth of those seasons, Skip. It's only 11 games.
Well,
you ought to be
we'll
ashamed.
see. Well, it's hard to throw a team together, as we saw with the Clippers last year, and figure it out and pull it off on the fly.
Together.
Did you see LeBron's first year in L.A.? Yikes.
Did he have a superstar?
Okay. I am here to tell you right here, right now, your man LeBron James is in powerful trouble. I do not think he will ever win another championship unless they can close this deal this year. And their biggest problem might be right under their nose in the basement because the Clippers are coming for the Lakers. I don't believe the Lakers can get out of the West. And if they do, I'm pretty sure they're going to have to face an all-time juggernaut of scorers coming out of the East, the Brooklyn Nets. I still love the Sixers. I'm happy for the Sixers that they were able to keep Ben Simmons. I believe, and it was reported, that they offered Ben Simmons to Houston, but it feels like, because of all the picks you just mentioned, that Brooklyn just said, we pull out every stop. We are going for the throat. We are going for broke. We are going for star power. What did I learn? My first year I ever covered professional basketball, I was out here at the LA Times back in the middle 1970s, and I covered Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's Los Angeles Lakers without Magic, pre-Magic. What did I learn from everybody in that franchise and everybody I began to deal with around the league? You win in the NBA with stars. You have to have two stars. The Lakers needed to get Magic to go with Kareem, and then ultimately Worthy to go with Kareem and Magic to turn into Showtime and a dynasty. If you want underdogs, if you want cute little cuddly Cinderella stories, if you want shocking upsets, watch March Madness. But if you want to win championships in the National Basketball Association, you win with stars. Never has there been more star power, scoring star power, pulled together on the fly than this group right here, right now. Kevin Durant is still the best player on the planet. And I remind you, Kevin Durant the other night had a career-high 13 assists. So don't tell me he can't share the ball.
Skip, when did I say Kevin Durant?
It all starts and finishes with Kevin Durant, because let me explain something. Kevin Durant is obviously best friends with Kyrie Irving, right?
Yeah.
He is very close friends with James Harden. To your point of how do you manage the egos of Kyrie and James? Well, guess who's going to do that? Guess who the leader of this group? Guess who the alpha will be? Guess who the elder statesman is? Because he's a year older than James, who is about 2.5 years older than Kyrie.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Durant.
How did it work out for Kyrie? How did it work out with Kyrie and LeBron? Who was the elder statesman? Let me ask you a question.
Did they win a championship? Help me out. I'm foggy. Did Kyrie hit the shot of shots in Game 7 at Oracle to win a championship for LeBron James? Yes, he did.
Can you tell me
I think I'm still talking. I think the floor is mine. I'll let you go. I'm going. Let me explain. I have not finished my case.
Okay.
I would like to read a quote from Andre Iguodala about Kevin Durant, because I think all those blind witnesses out there need to keep all this in perspective of what just happened in Brooklyn. Here's the quote, if we could see it, from Andre Iguodala. This is on Kevin Durant. People don't appreciate him enough. He's the most talented scorer of all time, hands down. He's a walking 30 points. He'll get 30 on 12 shots. That's very, very hard to do. Very efficient. Most guys need to feel the ball in their hands a lot to get a rhythm. He does not. Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were the two guys with unstoppable moves. MJ had the fadeaway. Kareem had the skyhook. But KD is a 7-footer who can hit a hezzy pull-up from 50 feet out. That's his unstoppable move. Kaboom!
Okay, let me ask you a
That's
question.
the guy. He doesn't need the ball to feel the ball in his hands. Don't tell me, oh, there's only one basketball.
Skip. I opened up. I said Kevin Durant play with KD, play with Steph and Clay. He doesn't need the ball. Andre Iguodala said that about KD. What the hell did he say about James Harden and Kyrie, who needs the ball?
Okay, is it my turn now? Okay, let's go to the two guard, because James Harden is mostly a two guard. But guess what James Harden did once upon a time? Not that long ago. He led this league in assists. He's averaging 10 assists